Hi everyone, I'm Rincey and this is Rincey Reads. Today I'm going to be doing a Friday Reads video. I'm recording this on Thursday, and so I'm going to kind of go through this as straightforward as possible to reduce my editing time because I'm really tired, and I actually kind of debated about making a video this week, but I figured I could do a Friday Reads. Those aren't too bad. So the book I am currently reading is The Care and Feeding of Ravenously Hungry Girls by Anissa Gray. This, I believe, is a debut. Actually, don't quote me on that, but it's a relatively new release. I believe it just came out in February. This is a book that I had started last weekend. If anyone follows me on Instagram, you would have seen me post about how I got sick like last week, and I used the weekend to basically do nothing but sleep and read, and it was a great decision. And so I started this last weekend, and then this week was just a week, and so I haven't been reading at all. So I'm only on page like 100 of this. It's due back at the library tomorrow, so this is definitely going to be an overdue library book, which, whatever. It's also kind of funny that this is going to be an overdue library book because I just put a video up this week over on Book Riot talking about prioritizing your library books and dealing with that situation. And one of the things I talk about in there is how I often turn in books late because like I don't want to go on hold for this again. I don't think it's worth it. So I might as well just keep it for an extra day or two to finish it. So yeah, this is like priority number one, so I can return it to the library and keep my fines to a minimum. I'm enjoying it so far. I don't think it's going to like blow me out of the water unless something changes in the second half of this book, but it'll probably be like a 3.5 star read. One thing that I'm noticing with this book, and I don't know if I'm noticing it because I'm like trying to finish it for this due date, is the fact, because let me start over. So one of the things about this book is I was debating about whether or not I should return it unread, but I'm intrigued enough by it to want to keep reading it, so I decided I was going to keep it and just like push through to the end. And one of the things that this book does that I think is keeping me on the hook, but I also kind of hate it for doing this, where it's doing the thing where it's like teasing things about the character's past. So I should probably talk about this book a little bit. I'm doing a terrible job at this today. So in this book, you are following multiple characters. The main ones are these three sisters named Althea, Viola, and Lillian. There we go. So Althea and her husband Proctor have just gone to jail, and so Lillian has basically taken on Althea and Proctor's two kids. And then Viola is the other sister who has driven back home because of this whole situation. They also have a brother, but none of the story is told from his point of view. It's just about the three sisters. Each of the characters have things in their past that they are thinking about, and the way that it's written, it's like alluded to in a really vague way. So like, you know that the brother has done something to one of the sisters, but you're not exactly sure what. And you know that the dad has done something, but you're not exactly sure what. And I think potentially in this book it's like overwritten. It's done in a way that like no character who has gone through experiences would think about things in this way. And again, I don't know if I'm just noting it in this book because I don't like the way that it's written, or if I'm noting it because I'm like slightly anxious to just see what the big deal is. So I don't know. I might talk about this more in my wrap up that I do next week after I've finished the book. But yeah, that's just like a weird thing that I've noticed, and I don't know, maybe you guys have noticed that in books as well. All right, so if by some miracle I finish that before the weekend is over, I have two books that are out as ebooks from the library that I should probably like prioritize since they're ebooks and will get returned soon. The first one is Remains of the Day by Kazuo Ishiguro. I obviously haven't read this. I've only read, oh my gosh, what is his other really popular book? Never Let Me Go. That's the other one. So yeah, I read Never Let Me Go and I enjoyed that, but I've heard like amazing things about Remains of the Day specifically, so I'm excited to pick this one up. And then I also have Insurrecto picked as out, and I also have Insurrecto out from the library as an ebook. This is one that I started, I don't know, a couple of months ago now, I think, as you can see by the fact that there is a bookmark still in here. But when I started it, I didn't have like the brain power for it. Like, this is very like literarily written and I think it's like even just a little bit experimental as well. It's from like a smaller press, so I feel like that's to be expected. But yeah, I didn't really have the brain space for it when I started it originally, so now I have it as an ebook, so hopefully I have the brain space for it now. So yeah, I think that's everything I wanted to talk about in this video. Yeah, keep it short and simple. Let me know down in the comments below what you guys are currently reading. I will be back next week to talk about what I have been reading, to do a mid-month check-in. I'm really tired, guys. Can you tell? So I should probably just like, wrap it up. So yeah, that's all I have for now, and thanks for watching.